Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carole Turbo. I'm a senior sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I'm also a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a mama. I'm a CrossFit coach. I'm a CrossFit Masters athlete. I wear a lot of hats, but my passion is nutrition and teaching people that food really does heal the body. Tonight, you're going to be hearing from myself and some of my teammates. We've all joined on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world. And I'm going to start tonight by introducing our products. Our product line is simple and will continue to be simple because it's food. It's food that our bodies need on a daily basis. Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule, and it's the most amazing thing ever. I'm going to start tonight by showing you our tri-pack, the fruit, the vegetable, and the berry blend, the green, the red, and the purple bottles. Those bottles are 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsule. Better than organic, non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness with an NSF seal of approval. And what that means is that what's in the product is on the label. So for instance, this is our fruit blend, the red one. And the label, you can't read it, but I'm going to read it to you, shows apple, peach, cranberry, orange, mango, lemon peel, cherry, pineapple, prune, dates, and beets. Fruit in a capsule. Love it. We also have our full spectrum of plant-based omegas, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. They are, Juice Plus has cut out the middleman, basically. So we all know that we can go to fish oil to get our omega-3s. Well, fish eat algae to get their omegas. So we have cut out the fish, went straight to the algae, and our omega blend is made with algae oil, pomegranate seed oil, tomato seed oil, and more. These 4 capsules together, all 4 colors together, just turns you into Superman. We also have our complete protein powder. Once again, a complete vegan product. That's funny, it's complete. We have that in chocolate and vanilla. We have complete bars. We have a new protein powder, and I don't have it in front of me right now, but it's Perform. Actually, it's just available as of yesterday to our customers. So if you haven't tried the new protein powder, like I said, I'm a CrossFit athlete, love the protein powder. It's definitely got more protein per serving, but it's made a huge difference in my workouts already. And we have an aeroponic growing system. It's a tower garden where you can grow your vegetables or your herbs in your living room if you want to. You can grow it on your back porch. Right now, mine's sitting in my hallway. I live in Indiana, where it's supposed to be cold, but it's been like 58 lately. But normally in December, we're looking at temperatures of 30 to 40 degrees. And I am growing herbs and lettuces, spinach, chard, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, right in the middle of my hallway that I can walk 20 steps and harvest and eat right off of the tower garden. So tonight we have an amazing lineup of speakers that are going to be sharing their Juice Plus personal stories and their business stories to let you know that we have an amazing business opportunity as well. And so we have Michelle Swift, who is a qualifying national marketing director with the Juice Plus company, who has brought her team along tonight to share their stories. Michelle, welcome. I'm excited to hear your story.
Well, thank you, Carole, and thank you, Cheryl, for inviting our team to share tonight. And thanks to all the guests that are on tonight and those who might catch the replay. We hope you enjoy all of our stories and you are inspired with our encouragement. So like she said, my name is Michelle Swift. I live in Paradise Valley, Arizona for the past 29 years with my sweet husband, Bill. We were married. We've been married for almost 36 years this February. So we have 3 beautiful grown daughters, 2 that live in California and they're married. And my oldest daughter is due with her first baby in June. So I will be a new grandma in June, joining your club. And my youngest daughter lives here in Arizona and she's a kindergarten teacher. So our girls are actually the reason that we found the Juice Plus product 8 years ago. My oldest daughter, Aubrey, just left for college, and my other daughters were a freshman and senior in high school. Super great athletes, active, just like their daddy, and burning the candle at one end to the other, and we're busy all the time. We didn't eat great. I will be honest. We were fast food because we were always running, and my kids were sick all the time. We lived at urgent care. The kids were on antibiotics. And I thought that was the solution to keeping my kids healthy, was take them to the doctor. They'll get them an antibiotic. They had strep throat. They had bronchitis. They were constantly getting sick. And it was one day that my best friend looked at me and said, I am so sick of you talking about your kids being sick. When are you going to do something about it? And call my friend Kelly. So I called my sweet friend Kelly, who was her best friend at the time. And I'm sorry, my dog. Sorry, my dog. I don't have kids at home anymore, but I have a dog. So she introduced the product to me. She said it's simple, whole food nutrition, vine ripened fruits and veggies. And I said it couldn't be any more simple, but I was willing to try anything. So my husband and I made a commitment. We made it our daily thing to give it to our kids and take it ourselves personally. And we are forever grateful that we trusted our friend. And 8 years later, it's proven to our entire family as our health has been transformed completely. The benefits of having to not visit urgent care, antibiotics no longer live in our home. I can't remember the last time that I had a prescription for anything. We haven't had to take it. We double up on Juice Plus when we're feeling like we're coming down with something. We've been so blessed with everything going on in the world. And it's that reason that it's changed our health from the inside out, and our family is definitely happier and healthier today. So it wasn't long after starting my journey with the product that Kelly invited me to a conference here in Arizona. And she told me that there was a business behind it, because I bought the product for my mom, my dad, my grandma, who is 90, just like everybody else. You want everybody to be on the product, right? So she said, let me show you a way that you can get the best cost for your product. And she talked to me about the business, and I laughed at her because I said, Kelly, I'm so busy. My middle name is volunteer. I love being a mom, stay at home and having the flexibility. And I don't want one more thing on my plate. So she still invited me. I came, and but little did Kelly know that I had been praying to God that he would bring me a job that would give me supplemental income but I didn't want to work. And I started laughing because I said, I know I don't want to work, but I want to make money, right? And so I didn't know how that was going to work, but I didn't know that God was giving me this amazing business. And I was just loved conference. I was so grateful that my husband was a provider for our family while raising our girls. And I got to stay home with them because he traveled for 13 years as he played professional baseball. But I got to stay home with my girls. And I had prayed also because I knew my daughter, after she had left for college, I knew my other two were going to be leaving soon afterwards. And I was praying for a purpose in my life for that next season of my life. I was scared to death of being an empty nester. So this business has helped me to find me. Not just to be a mom to my daughters, Aubrey, Kinsey, and Brinley, and not just a wife to my husband. I've been on this incredible personal growth journey. I get to live a purpose with a passion, with health and nutrition, because it's always been dear to my heart. I work around my family's obligations. I work while we travel the world. That's my favorite place to do. When I was on a cruise, I got to promote one of my teammates, and it was the best feeling knowing that I get to do it when I want and how I want. I feel blessed to be partnered with a company with a heart. And my goal, like you, Cheryl, one day when I'm on a call, that I can say that I've been with this company for 30 years and I want to leave a legacy for my children, just like you are today. And what a dream that is. And so I want to thank you for letting me share my story today. And I am going to introduce to you one of my dearest friends, Julie Dale, who is my hiking partner, my dear friend for life. She lives here in Arizona with me, and not with me, but she lives with us in Arizona. She has two handsome sons and a beautiful daughter who is also expecting her first grandson, and she's going to be in the grandma club too. So I'm super excited for her. Her husband, Rick, holds a dear place in our hearts, and he is a huge part of her sweet story. And with that, Julie, I'll give it to you and you can share your story.
Thank you, Michelle. First of all, I cannot believe that a year and a half ago, I signed up to be on your team. And I mean, I just pinched myself, but well, actually, I'm just surprised that I am even talking because you know me, I was really, really afraid to even say yes to the company, but here I am today. So thank you. So I have been a customer of Juice Plus for as long as Michelle joined the company. So she shared with me the products and they just made total sense to me. I mean, to be able to gift my family with the nutrition that they were lacking because I was not a really good cook and they were busy kids at the time in college. I'd one in high school and it just made sense to me. So I said, yes, yes, yes. So that was back in probably 2012. And then fast forward to 2016, my husband, Rick, really wasn't taking the products. I mean, I probably was more so in my kids, but anyway, he went in for colonoscopy and he was found out that he had a malignant tumor. So 3 days later, he was in for surgery. We found out that it had metastasized to his liver. So he was just on this journey of cancer and we really didn't know what it was going to look like. But he was a patient at one of the best hospitals here in Scottsdale. So we felt very confident and he just did everything that the doctors told him to do. However, they never once talked about good nutrition and it just wasn't a part of the treatment plan. He was told to eat and drink basically whatever he wanted. And I remember at the time thinking that's kind of odd because he's here for a reason and he didn't exercise, he didn't really eat all that well and he drank. So it's like, okay, maybe we need to have a better, nutrition plan, but it just wasn't the case. So Rick just kind of did whatever, we'd have chemo and he would, if he felt like a Big Mac, he'd have a Big Mac. And I did try, I must say I did try to say, hey, honey, take this. And my good friend Michelle here, she would come visit me at the hospital and share with me some of the things that she'd learned, from the doctors. You'd go on calls, Michelle, and it was awesome. But I still just thought, okay, well, the doctors aren't saying that. So no, yeah, I don't know. It was just an odd time. It was like, we didn't know what to do. So Rick ended up passing away from cancer 2 years later. He was able to walk our daughter down the aisle, but it just spread throughout his body. So it was just an awful time and continues to be. But I just had wonderful friends that helped me through it. And on that journey of just healing and processing and all that, I just kind of went on my own wellness journey and learned more about the power of plants and nutrients and what they really can do for our body. And it just, looking back now, I just wish I would have advocated more for my husband. And I just wonder if we would have eaten whole foods like Juice Plus and just good nutrition. I just wonder if I would have had him a little bit longer with me. It's just, it breaks my heart that I didn't know what I didn't know, but I know now. Just the power of the healing of fruits and vegetables and just good nutrition. It was shortly thereafter that my dear friend Michelle, who always came alongside me, just loved on me, just a wonderful friend throughout this whole grieving process. She goes, Julie, I'd really like for you to partner with me on Juice Plus. What beautiful community. I really think, you're on this, you understand the power and you're on this wellness journey and just think about it. And I thought, I just wasn't ready yet. And the experts had told me give it a year before you make any big decisions. So a year later, wouldn't you know, my girlfriend called me up and she said, Julie, there's a blitz going on. This is the time to join. And, you know, it was at a time in my life when I was ready to move forward and I did not know how. I was kind of stuck, even though I was eating better, taking better care of myself. I wanted to be the best I could be for my children. But I was missing, it was just time for me to have a purpose. And that's what this business has done for me. And I just really appreciate Michelle offering that to me, because through that, I've grown. Like I said, I'd never thought that I would be sharing my story with a bunch of strangers, but it has been such a blessing to me. I've been able to share with all my friends. It's just all I can say is I love the community. I love the products. I believe in everything. I love the teaching that I get as well. Just everything about Juice Plus just resonates with me. And it came at a time, like I said, that I didn't know that this is what I needed, and I really needed it. So Michelle, I'm forever grateful, my friend, for you inviting me, for sharing the products with me all those years ago. And just thank you so much for allowing me to be on tonight.
Thank you, Julie. That was awesome. I appreciate you so much. Okay, next we're gonna hop to Jeremee. I'd love to introduce Jeremee, who is a ray of sunshine. I don't know anyone who has not met her that doesn't love her and want to be her friend, right, guys? So Jeremee, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle is just one of the dreams come true in my life, just as a person. But anywho, I live in Scottsdale, Arizona with my husband of almost this month, actually in a couple days, 17 years, and my daughter who's 9 and my son who's 3. And I have gloriously been with Juice Plus for 2 years as a partner. But my love story began, because really that's when it was love. Well, I was about to say it was love at first sight, but actually come along for the ride. Okay. So I was first introduced to Juice Plus because my mother-in-law decided to do the Healthy Starts for Families. And that's when a paying adult gets the child for free. And so she asked, can I get Abigail on this? And I said, well, sure, why not? And she mentioned it to me, but at the time, I've actually been in the supplement industry. Now it's been about 17 years, but at the time it was 15 years. And I was already taking the best of the best, or so I thought. I mean, I was literally probably spending $300 to $400 a month on the best food-based vitamins, the highest quantities of EPA and DHA. And I honestly looked at Juice Plus and I was like, well, this is great, but I'm already on the best of the best. So it wasn't until I started seeing a difference in my daughter, her immune system was improving. It was funny, actually, because she was starting to be okay with eating broccoli and a little bit of salad here and there. And I'm like, wow, maybe those studies, let me look at these studies about you feed your children, Juice Plus and cravings for veggies start. So I really noticed a difference in her, and then really dove into what the supplement was. And I was blown away. I didn't realize that I didn't need really, really high quantities of DHA. I just needed to be absorbing, what I was getting in. I didn't understand, that even though I was on the food-based supplements, the best in the industry, they were still isolated and messed with in a lab. I mean, how simple is it? Garden to capsule to table. And Juice Plus wasn't messed with. And it gave me 30 different things. And I started learning about micronutrients, and it just blew me away. So I got on the supplements then. And my own journey is my digestion has improved so much. I don't have inflammation in my body anymore. And a big one is my immune. My immune has been just, praise God, phenomenal. I'm just so grateful. So that's my product story. My whole family's on Juice Plus, and we're very, very blessed. Now, my business story is just such a beautiful, just kind of like every day I'm opening a gift, I believe, from the Lord of what this business has for me. I kind of look at it like as a caterpillar, I didn't even know I was a caterpillar, and now I'm becoming a butterfly. I mean, even this is funny, but even this blouse, anyways, I won't rabbit trail, but I'm just saying it's literally changed my life, and I'm finding myself blossoming in ways I didn't even know that I needed to blossom. So the story begins where I went to Michelle's salad in a jar parties, because I love parties. She asked me to join the business 3 times, and I said, no, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. So I finally said yes, and it's just been amazing. The reason why I said yes was I want to take really big vacations every year. And we went to Hawaii a couple of years ago, and my husband was like, I was already planning the next trip, and he was like, well, we can't do those, huge vacations every year. And I said, well, what if I earn the money? So I said yes to the business of Juice Plus, and I had a specific goal to save up for family memory trips. I have now multiplied that goal by 10. And I just got to do my first annual mother-daughter trip with my 9-year-old. And so it's just the supplemental income has opened up possibilities. And I go on trips with my husband every month now. It's opened up possibilities I didn't even know I needed. I too used to be really shy, and now I've got my velvet red shirt on, and I'm getting to share love with you guys. So I love people, I love customers, but the biggest thing is I didn't realize how much freedom would break open in me when I, said yes to having my own business. There is no ceiling. I say sky's the limit, then there's heaven. Anyone can do it. I usually have a 3-year-old pulling my leg. My husband has him right now, but you can work this business even if you have screaming kids in the house. Anyways, thank you for your time. Like you can see, I could probably write a book of how much I'm blessed. And I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Jeremee. Next, we'll go to our sweet, soft-spoken, sweet Katherine, who I met at MOPS many years ago. And I call her my super mom because you'll know why when she explains her story. Go ahead,
everyone.
Katherine.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Katherine Manuele. I also live in Arizona with my husband and our wild and crazy Brady Bunch. So we have 8 kids and a precious grandbaby, and they're all downstairs right now trying to stay quiet. So my life is, I would call it a zoo and a blessing all at the same time. So it's great. So my Juice Plus journey started about 6 years ago. Like Michelle said, I was at a mom's event, MOPS, at church, and Michelle approached me and wanted to share these amazing, incredible whole food supplements and a capsule or gummy. And she was so excited. It was like the best thing since sliced bread. It was just, she was all about it. So now, honestly, she shared it with me during a really hard season of my life. I had just gone through a very devastating divorce. I was a single mom. I had 3 kids. I was working multiple jobs, and life was just really overwhelming for me. And my plate was heavy and it was full, and I did not want to add anything to it. But she was so excited and so passionate. I put my guard down and I listened and I was open. And through that conversation, something really clicked with me. I realized that my health, that I thought was really important to me, Being in a season of life where I was in survival mode, I really had let it fall to the wayside. If I was honest, I wasn't making my health a priority. I wasn't feeling my best. My kids weren't feeling their best. And I just wasn't investing in the right things when I really thought about it. So even though it didn't seem like the right thing for me at that time, it 100% was the right thing at the right time. And it was what I needed to hear. My kids needed a healthy mommy, and I needed to be healthy, not only for myself, but for them. And I wanted to be the best that I could be for them in my body, in my mind, in my heart, in every area. Because at the end of the day, our health is our wealth. And that is 100% one of the best investments that we can make for our future. As we know, life is constantly changing, and there's a lot of things that we can't control, but there are things that we can control, and food is one of them. And we have the power to choose what we're going to feed our bodies and what we are going to put in our bodies. And there's absolutely nothing else that can compare to the power and healing of fruits and vegetables. So I was convinced, I jumped on board, and really little did I know all the blessings that were gonna start flowing from this one simple change that I decided to make for better health. The first one was confidence. It is an incredible feeling to know that I'm flooding my family and my family's bodies with 30 fruits and vegetables every day. I could not afford, I could not refrigerate, I could not store, considering how many people are in my family, the amount of nutrition that are found in these capsules. There's just no way. And this made it possible. It was a total game changer. And the second thing was a supercharge in our health. Our immune systems were just powered. We were sick less often. Definitely going to the doctor less, if not at all. Quicker healing we saw for me and my kids, and just overall improvement in every area. So it was exciting to watch and to see and experience. The third thing was community. Kind of like everyone said, the friendships that we have made have been amazing. The support, the encouragement, and being a part of a community where it's kind of like an iron sharpens iron. Everyone is truly wanting to see each other succeed and see each other be their best. And the fourth thing for me was the financial blessing of partnering with the Juice Plus company. It's been a huge blessing, going from working 3 jobs to not having the stress of that, and the beauty of just sharing health and the gift of health, like Michelle did with me. It really doesn't get any better than that. So it's been a wonderful blessing. And I'm so, I feel so lucky to be able to be a part of a company that inspires healthy living. And it's just really, it's really changed our life for the better. So thank you.
Thank
Merry
you, Catherine. Love it. Love it. Okay. Our last but not least amazing speaker is Tonya. She is my sideline buddy and friend. She is one of the most confident, brave, and beautiful people that you will meet. What I love about this, and I think you'll all agree, that when you have sideline buddies, I'm so grateful for them here in Arizona, because a lot of my bigger team is in North Carolina and on the other side of the country. And so it's been so supportive to have sideline buddies here that we can do community and grow and grow and grow. So with that, Tonya, will you please share your beautiful story with everybody?
Absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. And just to make sure that everybody's still on, can we just give like a reaction, a heart, or a hands up for all these amazing mamas for sharing their stories tonight? And they do an amazing job. Thank you, ladies, so much. You really did a great job. So my story, It's kind of hard to share in the 3 minutes that I have been allotted because I've got 7 years of history and a lot of stuff that happened within those 7 years. So just to kind of summarize, again, my name is Tonya Rose. I live in Mesa, Arizona. I have 2 handsome boys, my husband that I've been with for 20 years, and I'm also a dog mom. We do a lot of baseball, a lot of outdoor stuff. We're a very active family. Before I found Juice Plus, I actually was deathly afraid of public speaking. If most people don't understand that now because I have grown quite a bit in these 7 years. But I was a banker. I was in banking and finance. And if you have ever been in sales or anything like that, there's a lot of competition, and especially amongst women. And really, just in any line of business, whether it's sales or not, women oftentimes compete against each other. And that was something that I really hated about my career. In addition to being away from my family for so long, having my son be the first, one at the daycare and the last one to be picked up. And that was kind of my norm. It was just go, go, go. I never before Juice Plus considered what I was putting in my body. Kind of like Michelle said, we were so busy and on the go that it was fast food, it was convenient, it was, whatever we could get in our bodies. And even though I had had numerous health issues up until this point, I had always trusted my doctors to, give me good advice, and, whatever they prescribed, I would take, and I just kind of went with it. And all of that changed when I was dealing with some female problems that were so bad that I was missing a week of work every month. The week before, the week after were miserable, but I was missing baseball games, I was missing life, and I was just miserable. And so numerous doctors told me that I would require a full hysterectomy and possibly to be on medications for the rest of my life for what I was dealing with. And I really just didn't like any of those answers. And so I finally found a doctor that gave me another choice. And he said, you should try an anti-inflammatory diet and see if that helps. And because of that, it connected me with a coworker that mentioned Juice Plus to me. And even though I did it for myself right away, as far as the shakes were concerned, I was very leery about the auto payment and, just the commitment of it. And so it actually took me a long time to really commit. And it wasn't until I realized that my kids could get it for free. And at this time, my little guy was 4 years old and he wasn't really eating his fruits and vegetables. And so, we do a lot of things for our kids that we don't do for ourselves. And so that was definitely the in for me. And immediately within myself and within my kids, we saw major improvements. My little guy's asthma and allergies and eczema pretty much all cleared up within the first couple of months that he was on the gummies. And so I was just blown away and I had to know more about it. And so fast forward, and I got my diagnosis of not only endometriosis, but interstitial cystitis. And again, the doctors told me, you're going to be medicated for life. And I said, well, that's not going to be me. And so I was invited by my own Michelle. I've actually got a couple of Michelles in my life, Michelle Agluski, and she invited me to my first JP Live or our national conferences. And I saw a vision there that I didn't even know I had for myself. And I got to see these moms and these busy women get up on stage and tell their stories about how much this product and this business had changed their lives and allowed them to hope and to dream again. And it just blew my socks off to see all these amazing women hugging each other, cheering each other on. There wasn't any competition. It was just, I was blown away. And then fast forward, because of me sharing my story with other people and my uplines prompting me to do so in bigger and bigger settings, I got over my public speaking fear, so much so that I've actually been on television shows. I got to get on stage with Lauren Lahav. If those of you that don't know her, she actually used to tour with Tony Robbins. So I've got to do all these amazing things that I would have never been able to do if it wasn't for this business and this community. And so the biggest part of that was at 38, I decided that even though I had gotten to the peak of my career and I was actually teaching banking and finance at a high school and operating a bank branch on the high school with the students, and I loved it. I was working 60 hours a week and I was missing my family, and this business allowed me to walk away from all of it. And I had the best year of my life being a stay-at-home mom for the first time in 19 years of being a mom. And it was just so amazing because I got to pick them up from school. I got to, volunteer in the class. I got to get tower gardens into classrooms and into his school and do field trips and just so much fun stuff. And then on my 39th birthday, I was in the shower and I found a lump, and it was already the size of a golf ball at that point. And 6 weeks later, we had a diagnosis. I had been diagnosed with stage 3C cancer, which means it's about inches away from metastasizing. And it was the scariest time of my life. And it was just also such a blessing to find how much community I had when I was going through that, because within 6 weeks of my diagnosis, actually on my son's first day of 3rd grade, I started chemo. And I spent a good year and a half going through all kinds of treatments, everything that they could throw at it. And today I am blessed to be 100% cancer-free. And Juice Plus has so much to do with that. Not only, just knowing that, I can get good nutrition into my body while I was going through so much. Every time that you go for a chemo infusion, they have to draw your blood, and they have to make sure that your counts are high enough and healthy enough that you can proceed with your chemo. Well, each time my nurses and my doctors were just blown away. They would be so surprised every time, and they would say, did you get your chemo last week? Are you sure? And it was just such a confirmation for me to know that, I was doing the right thing. And then it was also a blessing to know that, my family was getting this too, right? Because when you're going through that and you don't know what the future holds, you want to give your family the best platform possible to move forward, right? And so just knowing that my family had that nutrition in their bodies and that they were making healthy choices was just such a huge blessing for me. So fast forward to today, during my cancer journey and throughout COVID, I actually became a yoga instructor. And I am now sharing my story through my yoga and, paying it forward with other people, because if it wouldn't have been for that person that, shared it with me, I don't know where I would be today, to be honest. I don't know that I would even be here. And so it's just been such a huge blessing for me that the community has changed me in so many ways. And to be honest, of course, my friends and my family were very supportive, but some of the women that were there at my chemo infusions are right here on this call. I had sideline buddies coming to clean my house. I had community within the Juice Plus group that were, bringing my family meals. I mean, it was just such a blessing. And I don't think I would have had all of that if it wasn't for this product and this company. So I could talk for days, and I'm not going to do that. But that's my story, and I will forever pay it forward and share it with others, because if there's just even one person on this call that needs to hear my story, it's so worth the jitters and so worth the nervousness, because it's super important stuff that we're sharing. So shine your light and share away.
Awesome job. Thank you so much, Tonya. I always love hearing your story. Carole, it's back to you, girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for sharing. We're here every Thursday sharing our stories. Welcome, Michelle and Julie, to the Grandma Club. It's an amazing place to be. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We're actually going to be returning to this call on January 6th. So stay on the line. We have an amazing speaker tonight. Let me find Miss Cheryl Cortese.